December 14th, 2012, the community of Newtown, Connecticut suffered a mass shooting at the hands of Adam Lanza. Targeting Sandy Hook Elementary, Lanza killed 20 children and left 6 faculty members dead as well.
911, what's the location of the emergency?
Sandy Hook School. I think there's somebody shooting in here. Sandy Hook School.
Okay, what makes you think that?
Because somebody's got a gun. I saw a glimpse of somebody. They're running down the hallway.
Okay.
They're still running. They're still shooting. Sandy Hook School, please. Oh.
Barbara.
Sparking one of the most infamous shootings within the 21st century. As of recording, it is the second deadliest school shooting in U.S. history. Lanza's brutal attack sent shockwaves throughout the community of Newtown and the rest of the United States, sparking gun control debates within every news outlet.
John 911, what's the location of your emergency?
Sandy Hook Elementary School, 12 Dickinson Drive.
Okay, I've got that. What's going on down there?
I believe they're shooting at the front glass. Something's going on.
All right, I want you to stay on the line with me. Where are you in the school?
I'm down the corridor.
All right, I want you to take cover. Jen, get the sergeant. All right, get everybody you can going down there. All right, let me get some information from you.
Today we will be taking a look back at Adam Lanza's upbringing, psyche, and actions leading up to and during the shooting. Adam Lanza was born on April 22, 1992 to Peter and Nancy Lanza. Originally born in Exeter, New Hampshire, the Lanzas would later move to Newtown, Connecticut in 1998. Lanza showed early signs of having developmental challenges. The earliest recorded signs of these was at 3 years old. By preschool, Adam was diagnosed with sensory processing disorder. Sensory processing disorder is a condition where the brain has difficulty receiving, interpreting, and responding to sensory information affecting daily functioning. This made things such as sight, sounds, and touch overwhelming for the young Lanza. In his elementary years, Lanza attended Sandy Hook Elementary and was on a specialized program due to his speech and social struggles. By middle school, Lanza's ailments would worsen, and by the 8th grade, his anxiety was so bad he became homebound. His early teenage years saw Adam diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, which is now a part of the autism spectrum. Obsessive-compulsive disorder, also known as OCD, anxiety, and depression. During this time, Lanza was prescribed the antidepressant Celexa. Adam would stop taking this medication after only 3 days. Despite his conditions, Adam would never seek any further treatment or take any more medication. Although academically gifted, Lanza's social disorders had him pulled from regular high school early, and he proceeded with alternative routes of education. By his late teenage years, Adam's parents would divorce and he would stay primarily with his mother, Nancy Lanza. Adam was closer to Nancy as she would be a stay-at-home mother for most of his life and attempt to coach him with his social issues. Nancy would also take Adam and his brother shooting often as she was a gun enthusiast. By the time Lanza became an adult, he had secluded himself from the outside world almost entirely. He became no contact with his father Peter Lanza soon thereafter. Adam took this a step further and blacked out his room using black trash bags to prevent any light coming in. As Adam shut the door on the outside world, he opened the door to the virtual world and started dwelling on the internet. Isolating himself in his room, Adam would play games such as World of Warcraft, a popular role-playing game known for people being highly addicted to it and dedicating large hours. Adam's online addictions did not stem from gaming, however. He had a special interest of mass shootings, specifically school shootings. His knowledge was described to be encyclopedic and that he had extreme details memorized. Reports and individuals who interacted with Lanza state he had a particular interest in the Columbine High School massacre. The Columbine Massacre was a school shooting in 1999 coordinated by 2 students of Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. It is perhaps the most infamous school shooting in U.S. history. Lanza was found to have an account on an online forum titled Super Columbine Massacre RPG, which is for the game of the same title. Super Columbine Massacre RPG is a game where you play as the shooters Claybold and Harris and go through the events of that day. Adam would also post on microblogging and social networking platform Tumblr, discussing mass shootings and the people behind said tragedies. Lanza's infatuation turned into obsession as he would post on the forum stating he had dreams about Columbine, and he also had a massive spreadsheet documenting mass murderers. Said spreadsheet was 7 foot by 4 foot and contained 17 categories, such as weapon types, casualty counts, and the death of the perpetrator. As Adam's psyche deteriorated, he would exhibit other extreme behaviors and ideologies. Although rare for men, Lanza suffered from anorexia. Anorexia is an eating disorder characterized by predominant food restriction, body image disturbance, and an overwhelming desire to be thin. In one of Adam's writings titled Tomorrow, he types about his struggles with over 53 affirmations of why he should not eat, such as, "You will be able to see your beautiful, beautiful bones. Ever seen the arms of a fat person wave hello or goodbye? Starve off the parts you don't need. They're ugly and they drag you down. If you slap a fat person, you can see a shockwave ripple over their skin. That's disgusting." Doctors stated at the time of Lanza's death, his anorexia was so bad it was leading to the point of malnutrition and brain damage. Upon his autopsy, Lanza weighed 112 pounds at 6 feet tall, which would have put him as severe thinness on the body mass index. In the rare occasions Adam would leave his home, he would spend countless hours playing Dance Dance Revolution at arcades and theaters. Dance Dance Revolution is a rhythm-based music video game where players step on a dance platform in time with on-screen arrows and music. Lanza was so hyperfixated with Dance Dance Revolution, he would include it in his schedule under DDR. Investigators would discover another alarming set of ideologies held by Lanza. Although he claimed he was never a pedophile or had interest in children, he often discussed pedophilia in his writings and within messages among friends. Adam wrote a 34-page essay that consensual pedophilia should not only be normalized but should also be legal. Some of the quotes in this essay obtained by the FBI are, "What if a child desired the wisdom or X of an adult? There is innately a power disparity in every relationship. Pedophiles have the capacity to relate to children better than the rest of their society's adults, precisely because they do not see them as children." Conversations have also emerged where he was talking to a friend on an online forum where he is talking about disturbing children in a park. Yes, for that Stranger song. Those were actual pedophiles, such as the guy who reads the pedophile's manuscript in To Catch a Predator. Not Chris Hansen, but when they read the little snippets, it all makes sense now. I wonder if I can try out for such a position. I wonder if they would pay me for the ad-libbing, such as sucking my lips at a playground. Find out. Go walk around some parks and stare lustfully at toddlers. I really want to sing that song in a park sometime. Later on in the chat, Lanza and his friend returned to the topic. That reminds me, I need to find a good park where I can sing the "Don't Talk to Strangers" song, or maybe I should just sing it while walking through a crowd anywhere. Speaking of stranger danger, someday I want to see that. Screaming children, taped, tied all over a vehicle. Me too. Adam was also found to have multiple screenplays on what was remaining on his computer. One of these was a script called Lovebound. Lovebound was a screenplay that describes a relationship between a 10-year-old boy and a 30-year-old man. There has been no evidence that Lanza participated in pedophilic activities or was a victim of pedophiles. Although Lanza was in a psychotic state by the time of the attack in December of 2012, FBI documents show that the idea of the attack was not foreign to him. In 2008, a man warned the Newtown Police Department that Adam was planning to murder his mother and children at Sandy Hook Elementary, his former school. During this time, in late 2012, Lanza would only communicate with his mother, who he lived with, via text or email. Adam had no contact with the outside world either, with his only friend distancing himself due to Lanza's nihilistic and erratic behavior. Reading Lanza's forum posts and writings within his computer, you can see his disregard for others' lives and his own. In a file titled Me, it contains Adam's writings on various topics displaying his behavior. The way you are relentlessly treated by these humans is obscenely offensive to me, so every time they would do it, it would simultaneously increase my sympathy for you and increase my resentment for all of them. My wrath for them fostered more of a negative atmosphere, which would cause you to be even more of a respite from their depravity. It was self-perpetuating. Voting is a false sense of control. Authoritarian governments operating under the presumption of being free force compulsory voting. What if no one voted? The lower the voter turnout, the more of a message it sends. My single vote doesn't make a difference. I would have to organize an incredibly large group of people who are also not voting for this reason, with all of us agreeing to vote. Getting involved with politics is meaningless. It can easily be sabotaged anyways. Killing yourself would be intuitively be moral because you would not have the capacity to commit immoral deeds, which you innately do through being alive, and yet many would somehow forbid suicide as being immoral. Isolated from the world and deteriorated physically and mentally, Lanza finally reached a breaking point. Adam's rampage would begin on December 14th, 2012, within his own home. Before 9:30 a.m., Adam murdered his mother, Nancy Lanza, with 4 gunshot wounds to the head. Nancy was 52 years old at the time of her death. After murdering his mother, Lanza would set his sights on Sandy Hook Elementary School. Before leaving his home, he would destroy his hard drive on his computer. Armed with his mother's Remington semi-automatic rifle and donned in black clothing, yellow earplugs, sunglasses, a black hat, and an olive green utility vest, Adam would begin his assault. Around 9:35 a.m., Lanza shot through a glass panel next to the school's front doors in order to gain entrance inside. Shortly after, the first 911 call to Newtown Police was received. Disrupting a morning meeting, during an encounter in the hallway, Lanza would murder Principal Dawn Hochsprung and school psychologist Mary Sherlach via gunshot. During this time, Connecticut State Police and Newtown Police would be dispatched to Sandy Hook Elementary. Lanza would then turn his attention to the classrooms of Sandy Hook, starting in room 8, a first grade classroom. Lanza would proceed to open fire on the children and educators crowded together towards a bathroom. Lanza would proceed to murder 15 students in this classroom, a behavioral therapist, and a substitute teacher. Only one 6-year-old girl survived the attack on room 8.
In town 911, what's the address?
It's 10 Dickinson Drive in Sandy Hook, Newtown, Connecticut.
Okay, what's going on at 10 Dickinson Drive?
It sounds like there are gunshots in the hallway. I'm a teacher in the school.
Okay, where are you in the school right now?
I am in the school. I'm in the classroom.
Okay, do you have everyone in the classroom and the door?
All of my students. The door is not locked yet. I have to go.
Okay,
I have to go lock the door.
Tell me, keep everybody calm, keep everybody down, get everybody away from the windows, okay?
Yes. Okay.
Right. Where are you in the school?
I'm in the hallway when you walk in the front entrance if you take a left.
Okay. All right, just try to lock down the school, okay?
After decimating room 8, Adam would continue his attack on the adjacent room, room 10. Lanza would open fire on students trying to run for safety. Lanza would proceed to murder 5 more students, a special education teacher, and another teacher. Around 9:40 a.m., police heard the final shot fired. This was Lanza turning his Glock 20 SF onto himself. Lanza would die from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head ending the massacre. Although 3 officers had arrived on scene by 9:39 a.m., Newtown police did not enter the school until 9:44 a.m., with Connecticut State Police entering a few minutes later. In total, 27 victims were murdered by Adam Lanza on December 14th. The victims were Nancy Lanza, 52, Rachel Davino, 29, Dawn Hodgsprung, 47, Anne-Marie Murphy, 52, Lauren Rousseau, 30, Mary Sherlack, 56, Victoria Leigh Soto, 27. The following are the children deceased: Charlotte Bacon, 6, Daniel Barden, 7, Olivia Engel, 8, Josephine Gay, 7, Dylan Hockley, 6, Madeline Sue, 6, Catherine Hubbard, 6, Chase Kowalski, 7, Jesse Lewis, 6, Anna Marquez Green, 6, James Mattioli, 6, Grace McDonald, 7, Emily Parker, 6, Jack Pinto, 6, Noah Posner, 6, Caroline Praviti, 6, Jessica Rakos, 6, Avilie Richmond, 6, Benjamin Wheeler, 6, Allison Wyatt, 6. The tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary became the headline for every national news outlet. The president at the time, Barack Obama, would address the nation and later attend a vigil held in Newtown, Connecticut. Sandy Hook Elementary was demolished and rebuilt with extensive security features by 2016. In 2022, a memorial was opened to the public to remember the lives lost that December day. At the time of recording, the Sandy Hook shooting is still the largest K-12 shooting in history.